Good morning. Welcome to
Scott and Ronnie in the morning.
Hey,
you did the song right this week.
I did.
Thank you.
I felt like it would be a pleasant change.
I love it. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
So what are we talking about this morning, Ronnie?
This morning we are talking about one of our amazing volunteers. If you've been a fan
Amazing Ministries.
Yeah, and if you've been a fan of the show for a couple of weeks now, a couple of months.
Fan.
Yeah.
You think we have fans?
We
That's
do
so
have fans.
Cute.
Actually, Etta Braden is our youngest fan. She is like not even 2 years old, and anytime she sees us coming on the screen, she's like, ah, not for you, but for me.
Well,
Etta,
then,
love
shout
you.
out Etta.
Etta, love you, girl.
I'm the best part of the show, Etta.
No, she doesn't go running to the screen for you, I promise. Anyway, so back to our topic for today.
Actually, that's a good transition because it is CWKids.
CWKids. We are celebrating CWKids this morning. So if you don't know what CWKids, what CWKids is. It is our amazing ministry to children from birth through 5th grade,
Yeah.
and we just have an amazing team of volunteers. And Amy is the leader of CWKids, and she just does a fantastic job of gathering quality people to not just babysit our children, but to actually teach them about who Jesus is and what it means to have a relationship.
Yeah, we actually
with
had a
him.
conversation just yesterday talking about CWKids because so many kids. The bulk of our baptisms and salvations come through CWKids.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not to say anything about the adult ministries, but they're doing amazing things for the gospel over here.
Over here, yeah.
So if you don't know,
we're actually in a CWKids room.
We're in one of the classrooms. This is our new studio because, unfortunately, due to COVID, CWKids has had to slow down, and a lot of those amazing volunteers have not been able to serve lately, and so we're going to talk a little bit about that. But first, I am going to superimpose a video a couple days ago. So if you are a fan of the show, you know that we've already given out 2 trophies to different areas of ministry. We gave one to Levi on our worship team for being kind of a super volunteer. And we gave out one to Shane and William Clements for parking and for security. And this week, we are giving out one for CWKids.
Yeah.
And I say we are giving out as in we did it 2 days ago. But anyway, check out this video. This is Amy busting up on a special volunteer and giving them the trophy and talking a little bit about why. So check this out.
Oh. Goodness for editing. Good morning. Mommy. What? Special delivery. Hey. So
it's got a baby booba on it.
Yeah, this is well, we give him a name. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But this is a trophy that we randomly give to CWKids volunteers and all volunteers.
Okay, so sad. Just like cry.
Well, come on back.
Good, that makes me better TV.
I chose you because pre-COVID, you served multiple services, you served every Sunday, you love kids, you give it your all, now I'm gonna cry. And then post-COVID, this is gonna be a disaster, we're both crying. Post-COVID, you have been so passionate about keeping the kids connected even though they can't be at church. You've been behind the scenes with home visits and ding dong ditches and emails and how can we get them connected.
I don't feel worthy.
But you are just a model volunteer. You do so much people will never know behind the scenes. But I know, and God knows. And I don't even know everything you do, but God knows your heart. And I just wish we could clone 100 of you because you are just the best. So this is yours for now. And
It's got little baby feet on it.
air hug. Oh, I want to hug you.
Go get my hugging blanket.
I don't know where your hugging blanket is.
Here's a hugging blanket right here. Hold on. Don't let it fall. Hugging blanket. I love you.
I love you. Oh, this just made my day to come do this.
You're
for
so
you.
sweet.
Aw.
I really thought Scott was coming to help with the floors.
All right, so thank you, Marmy.
Yeah.
So full disclosure, Marmy is
Who
my
is
mom.
Yeah.
But Amy had the decision to pick a volunteer and for why and all that kind of stuff. And I obviously fully supported her decision because my mom's pretty cool. But anyway, so one of the things we wanted to talk about and reiterate, and you heard it in the video, is that, look, obviously CWKids is not up and running to any kind of capacity, any kind of full capacity right now. So a lot of our volunteers have kind of had to go behind the scenes. The whole ministry has been doing, not DoorDash, that's food. Ding Dong Ditch.
Ding Dong Ditch.
They've been taking food to people.
Hey, I like that. Hey, if anyone wants to start a DoorDash ministry here in the church, we're on it.
I like the Mission Barbecue pulled chicken, just FYI, with some white sauce. That was way off topic. So anyway,
Islands Tacos. Just saying. Okay.
So they've been doing Ding Dong Ditch, which is they've been showing up at the homes of the kids who come through this ministry, who attend this church, and giving them.
There's been prizes. There's been they actually did eggs.
Oh yeah, because we had to cancel the egg hunt, so we had 6,000 eggs.
So a bunch of our kids got a bunch of eggs.
250 each.
But the other thing that they're doing is they've also been giving resources for the parents.
That's very important.
Because it's we want to partner with families to help families disciple their own children. And sometimes when you're a parent, you're like, what do I teach my kids? How do I teach my kids about Christ? I just ran out of breath. Anyways, we want to help parents teach their own children about Christ and answer those spiritual questions. And so having those resources available to them, it helps the parents to do their job.
And the thing is, that's a very important driving force, even before COVID, was Amy and her team had the philosophy that, look, we only get to be with the kids an hour a week. If it is up to the parents to really disciple, to reiterate and to build up and to firm up what they hear here.
Yeah. What they hear here?
Here. What they hear here at church. And did it again. We are such broadcast professionals. But they've just kind of carried that over into the COVID world of taking those resources directly to the home, which is super cool.
Yeah.
Super cool. Well done, CWKids.
Yeah.
So one of the things that Pastor Chris talked about Sunday at the end of the messages, if you were here live, you heard it. If you were online, it's also there online because we videoed the actual message, is that whether or not you're coming on a Sunday morning, it's time to start re-engaging people.
Yeah.
And so why don't you talk a little bit about the kind of behind the scenes and the re-engagement in that way?
Absolutely. So, one of the things we talked about is just the parent resources. So, you may not be at the point where you're ready to regather or re-engage, in person here at this facility, but you're like, you know what, I want to do something. There is plenty to be done behind the scenes of connecting with families, of helping to put the packets together for the Ding Dong Ditch, those sorts of things. And so we are looking for people to say, hey, you know what, I'm not ready to come back to worship service on Sunday morning with everybody else, but I'd be glad to give an hour of my time to put some packets together. Or we actually, because we are slowly opening CWKids, we have sanitation protocols that have to happen, and you're like, I'm not ready to come to church, but I'll come on a Monday morning and clean all the toys for the kids.
That'd be awesome.
I mean, that would just be able to take something off of Amy's plate so she can focus in on her volunteers and her parents and the kids.
Yeah.
But then also I do want to say, if you are interested, if you are one of those people who has come back and you're looking for another place to just plug in and get connected, we have lots of spaces open over here in CWKids. We want to safely reopen CWKids, and we're going to do it in phases. But in order to successfully open it with safety protocols and protect your kids, we're going to need some volunteers. So maybe you've never served in CWKids before and you're like, I don't know, but I'd be willing to try. Then we just ask you to go ahead and contact Amy and say, hey, can we give this a try for a little while?
Yeah, and let me throw this out there, and maybe this will get edited out after I say it if you tell me to. But look, Amy has around 65 volunteers on the roster, and the majority of them are just not ready yet to serve in a small classroom with kids who don't know social distance, don't know mask, and all that kind of stuff. And let me say right now, that's totally okay.
Absolutely.
That we have treated this whole COVID thing. It's up to everybody as an individual. But let me say this: maybe you've been coming since we started back, and you are thoroughly comfortable with being here and with that kind of thing, but you've never served in children's ministry before. Let me encourage you, because you already show that you're a little bit comfortable. You can. Amy is making masks mandatory for the adults over here.
Yes.
For the protection of the kids. So slap on a mask and come over here for a few weeks as we're slowly getting back and building and rebuilding this area. Come over here and serve. We're not saying you have to commit to CWKids as your long-term ministry.
No.
But maybe pitch in that hand to say, I'm comfortable being in church, and you know what? I'll do what it takes to help build this back up until everyone's comfortable being in church.
Because it's about ministering to the families.
Right.
There are a number of families who are not able to come on a Sunday morning because they have children who would not be able to sit quietly in the worship service, and so they don't want to be a distraction to the rest of us.
Yeah.
So opening CWKids will help those families to be able to re-engage.
Right.
And you might go, well, I don't know anything about teaching kids. That's okay. We'll help you, or we just need some people to.
Or you can be in the nursery, like you're not teaching curriculum in the nursery.
Right, you're just making sure that the children are safe and
happy
and those sorts of things.
And just so you know, you're not going to miss service. Both of the nursery rooms have a live feed from the service, and so volunteers who are not necessarily doing as much curriculum stuff can also check in and be a part of the service in a way. Not that we want you watching TV the whole time you're watching kids.
But it's there for you.
But it's there for you. But anyway, one thing that I thought about in this conversation is CWKids, children's ministry at any church, but CWKids is particular to us, can always be a little bit viewed as a behind-the-scenes ministry. They've got their part of the building. They're over here doing their thing. A lot of adults who don't have kids, they go into service, and it's these two worlds sometimes. And the more that we can do to bring those two worlds together and make this a whole, we're all in this together mentality, that it's not just that kids are doing their thing on their part of the building, we're doing our thing on our part of the building. It's not that at all. And so if we can ironically start to do away with this behind the scenes mentality of CWKids when we're here, but also celebrating and facilitating right now in the COVID world that a lot of the ministry of CWKids is behind the scenes, and you can do that whether or not you're coming or not, is going to be healthy right now and healthy in the long term for us as a church as a whole.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No. So if you are interested in helping out, you can shoot Amy an email at aloyd@crosswindslive.com.
And Lloyd is spelled with one L?
It's not Lloyd. It's not Lloyd. It's just Lloyd.
That's like Aaron.
Yeah.
But yeah, so ALOYD@crosswindslive.com.
Maybe you could superimpose.
I'll probably do it right here.
Yeah, something over
there. Well, I don't know because the window is bright, so it's probably gonna be like right here.
I don't care. I'll be behind the scenes.
That was so lame. All right, people
love our stupid humor.
Yeah, I don't think anybody watches this for the intellectual information. No. They watch it because those two are idiots, and it's going to be funny.
Yes, so we love you, our fans.
Our fan.
Yeah. No, we have more than one, I think. Hey, if you're a fan, give us a thumbs up or hit that share, smash that share button, something like that. Anyways, we love you guys. This is
Scott and Ronnie in the.
I missed it.
You're the one that was setting it up.
Oh my gosh.
This is Scott and Ronnie in the morning.
Bye. A volunteer pool. So if you're ready to jump back in, maybe you've never served in kids before and you want to try it out for a couple of months, we'll be glad to have you aboard.
Arr, matey. Come aboard.
Jack's pretty stable this morning. Wow.
Wow.
Well, it's actually usually me hitting this. So it goes that.
Do it.
Wow.
What did you think I glued it down?
No, I thought maybe like put some like hot glue or something between his feet to give him a base.
I need to like just try to bend him forward a little. His feet, they're just like.
Yeah, he's very back heavy. He's like.
To be fair, Jack Sparrow walks like this.
That is true.
So I mean, maybe it was intentional.
It was intentional. I bet it was intentional. That's funny. Yes.